Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia. I post new tutorials every Thursday and I try to get one in on the weekends if I can, depending on how busy my schedule is. So in this video, I am doing another product review. So this company, Leds, I guess that's their name, reached out to me and asked me to test out their full-size glue gun and let me know what they think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to work with this glass block. I've been getting requests for these and it requires glue, and I'm gonna show you what I make, but this is the glue gun and I actually have it plugged in and warming up right now. So the little light's on. So this thing is a monster. It's much bigger than I'm used to using. They weren't kidding when they said full size. So it has this on-off switch. In the middle is the off switch, and then it's a 2-temp gun, so it's the low temp and the high temp, which is nice. And it is a plug-in. It is not cordless. It takes full-size glue sticks, so they supply you with these monsters, and they also supply you with these little finger cots to protect your fingers. And they give you 3 different sizes. So we got this little guy here, which fits my finger nicely, and then 2 other bigger sizes. So I am going to do something with this block, and I'm going to show you. I mean, there's not really much to show you with a glue gun. If if you're familiar with using the little ones, it's not any different. It's just a bigger version. The only other thing is, and I've got to reach out to them, this nozzle here, actually, it's kind of warm now, so I probably shouldn't be messing with it, but it screws off. So I'm thinking that this might have different tips that you can put on there. So perhaps like a fine tip glue gun, like a fine tip for just a fine tip. There you go. This I measured it in comparison with a mini glue gun, and the tip of it's the same size. So I'd be interested to see if they have a fine tip, because sometimes I feel like I want to get glue in some little tiny places, and I need something like that. So I will definitely ask them about that. So I'm going to put this aside, and I am going to get my block, and I am going to get working on that. And I will be right back. So if you're interested to see what I came up with and what I think of this glue gun, stick around and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, but before I do, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. That helps my channel to grow. And now let's get started. so now that this is on, I actually still have to do the butterflies. I keep forgetting to do the butterflies. I do butterflies and I'll get them soon. So, you know, there is no rhyme or reason when I do this. So I have lots and lots of silk or fake flowers. A lot of them I got at AC Moore when they were going out of business, and I picked them up and I just have them in bunches. And then I also pick a lot up at the Dollar Tree. So I have lots and lots of flowers, and you know, somebody says I want this color, and I just pick out a bunch of flowers and put them together. Oh, well, there's nothing on this one. Ooh, I already used that one. And I just rearrange them on the top and glue them in as I see fit. So, you know, I never considered myself to be really great at flower arranging. So you may be, you know, that may be something that you're amazing at, and this will be easy for you. I tend to struggle with this, but so, you know, really basically, guys, I am winging this with every block that I do. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the different blocks that I've done. And some of them are really similar. And then there's two that are different. I mean, I haven't done 100 of these blocks, but I've done a couple of them. So it's, you know, it's a matter of just, I guess, whatever you have on hand and whatever you think looks good. And so this one was a pink and purple combination request. So I start with the bigger ones, and I start with them in the middle, and then I go around the edge. And I save these leaves because you never know when you might need like a filler leaf. So these come in handy to fill in spots. So I just have like a bag of leaves that I keep. I'll probably throw them away one day, but for right now, I just keep them just in case. And they have these little plastic things here that I just rip off. All right, so then I start kind of placing these around and figuring out whether or not I want to cut these off. Because sometimes I cut these off and sometimes I leave them because it's something to glue. And I gotta get this in. I'm trying to get this in where I'm not stretching and you're not stretching your eyes. So this is where I start looking like, what are you doing? People are like, what are you doing? I'm just throwing them on there. So like, do I want 4? And so this is why I mount, like, so in this case with using the fairy lights, I mount it on the back instead of on the top. Like, this is a really nice well for this to lay in, but if you're putting stuff on top, you're gonna need to put this around so you can get to the batteries. And then when I use my plug-in lights, I do, you know, the plug-in light comes down and I like glue it to the back and then push it out. So you know, it plugs in. So, but I want to make sure that this is in first because this is gonna cover everything. Here's something else you could do is, and I don't know if I have extra styrofoam. I know I had a piece of styrofoam around here somewhere. You can put it in here so that you can put these in there and you have something to glue on. I'm going to see if I can find that. So I found my little piece, and I am going to, I'm going to cut this. And so a bread knife is really great at cutting these little styrofoam pieces, which I picked up at the Dollar Tree. So just be careful. Watch your fingers, of course. A little too wide. I want it to fit in there. If it's snug enough, you don't even need to glue it. That was pretty snug. Super snug. It's not going anywhere. So you don't even need to glue this piece in. These two in. All right. So let me get this out of the way. And now I'm gonna take these little nubbies and I'm gonna press them in here. I'm gonna glue them, but I wanna just kind of press them in for right now. See, these flowers are like really big. So I don't think I wanna use 4. I think I just wanna use 3. Again, guys, this is me going, I'm not really sure. This is me just arranging, going, what looks good, what's gonna work. So that works, and I need a little piece, little itty bitty. All right, so I'm gonna put some glue on this little knobby here. And this has been heating up for probably like 10 minutes. I checked it after like 2 minutes and it still needed to heat up. I'm just gonna press that in there. And then there we go. So I do want to say I like the weight of this thing. It is a lot heavier than the little ones, but you know what? It doesn't flop over because of the cord. So like I find when I'm using my mini glue gun, the cords pull it over even when it has a nice stand, and it flops, and it lays on its side, and then the glue drips to the side, and I don't like that. So I do like this for that. So I'm looking at that. Oh, I like that. All right, that looks nice. So I have these, oops. I have these that I used on another one of my blocks coming down. These things are kind of messy. I like them, but they're kind of messy. So I'm gonna take these guys and I'm just gonna pull them off. And these are pretty, like you can find these ones at the Dollar Tree. They have them in a lot of different colors. And again, I'm just gonna start like pushing them in here to see what I like. Can you tell I'm not a flower arranger? I'm not a florist. Can you tell? I'm just like totally winging this, as what I do with all my other blocks. It's like, oh, what does look good? Okay, that looks good. And sometimes like, nope, it doesn't look good. And I'm like, how many do I want? But I'm liking that, but I need one more. So 2 here, 2 here. I don't see that I have any more purple ones. I'm looking out because I have my flowers stored up on a shelf. So maybe I'll just bring these to the front instead of the back. It's too bad I'm not doing this live going, hey guys, what do you think? What do you think? All right, now I'm gonna turn this around and look at it. I don't want it covering the words, so I'm just gonna push it out to the side. All right, I think I like that. And I have these other flowers, but now I'm thinking it might be too much pink. These are kind of cool. They droop down. So like this, I think is really pretty. All right, let me get these purple ones glued in. So I'm just And I'm just gonna put some glue around the ends here. Now I'm using this on the low temp. So the temperature, and I'm not even using a finger cut. Look at me. Look at me. They provide it and I'm not even using it. With the lower temp, it will dry quicker. So just be aware of that. Your working time isn't as long. I mean, with hot glue, you don't have a really long working time anyway, but even less working time when it's a low temp. But I'm using low temp on this because I'm using styrofoam and plastic, and I don't want it to melt. So I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna position that over here. All right, so I've got a 4 corners thing going here. So once I start doing this, I try to be symmetrical. And this glue gun does have like kind of a smell, like a plasticky smell when the first time you warm it up. But that goes away. But it has that overall plasticky smell from the glue. Pull that out here. Because these flowers are so big, I don't really need to do anything underneath them to hide like that styrofoam, which is kind of good. So I need another glue stick. Look at this monster. This thing's huge compared to the minis. All right, so I'm looking at my camera to see what it looks like. Okay. I'm gonna make sure it's not dropping down over the words. The only thing with glue guns are these stringy things. So make sure you have like a chip brush. A chip brush is really good for getting the webs off. If you have any that are like down or whenever you're using hot glue on a project. I want to keep these guys up here. I don't want them dropping past here. All right, I'm liking that. All right, so maybe I should do both. Maybe I should do like the purple thingy and then do the hanging flower. Like do both. It's kind of sticking out far. I might pin this to the side down here. You know what? I like it. I'm going to use it. I just got to figure out where I'm going to position it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the groove here. And you know what? I'm going to use this one too. Why not? Probably should use like ivy or something. Again, I am no expert florist here, guys. Just do what I think looks nice with what I've got. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Oops. One thing I think is going to be good about this glue gun is that there's like a little bit of glue that's collecting up here, but once it cools down, it's going to be easily cleaned up. It comes with a little cap too, and I don't know what happened to it. Here it is. It's a little like cap you put on for like storage. So I guess when you're not using it, you put that on there. All right. This here. And get this one glued on in the back. There's so many things you can do with these blocks. The only problem is that they're fairly expensive in comparison to, you know, say a tumbler, which you can get for like $5 or $6, you know, when you order in bulk through like Stainless Steel Depot or Maker Flow or whatever. These, I haven't been able to find them cheaper than $11.99 unless you hit Hobby Lobby's sale where they sell them for $6. So that's really the way to do it is and that's like Michael's, I haven't seen any sales on them and they only give the 20% coupon. And Hobby Lobby's the only one I've seen right now where you can get them, and then if you wait, you can get them on sale. So I'm just pushing this glue down. So, there we go. Making sure everything is nice and secure. You don't want anything falling off. These are not going anywhere. So, kind of want these down at the sides. So I'm going to put some glue. I'm just going to hold it there for a minute, make sure it's dry. These are sticking out a little too far, so I'm just going to tack these down to the side. And that's where the finger cut's going to come in handy. Well, so that is it. Other than I got to put the butterflies on. So I'm going to put them on and I'm going to be done, guys.
All right, guys. So I did this video mostly with titles because I have lost my voice and I am going out on a limb trying to do this closing for you. So in the end, I like the glue gun, and I'm going to post it. I'm going to link it in the description box down below, hopefully with the discount code. But that is it for this tutorial, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.